कुंज बिहारी Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Radha Madhava Ki Jai Jai Sripad Paramahamsa Privrajika Acharya Ashtadarshad Shishmad Bhaya Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Founder Acharya Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Sripad Paramahamsa Privrajika Acharya Ashtadarshad Shrimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Guru Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Sripad Shri Gauri Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Sripad Shri Sachidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai Jai Sripad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Vijayanath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Sripad Shri Srimad Gauragovinda Jai Sripad Srimad Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai Jai Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhakti Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhakti Das Raghunath Shri Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्री मुकुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय श्री मथुरधाम की जय श्री वृंदावन की जय गंगामय की जय विमलमय की जय भक्त देवी की जय तुलसी देवी की जय आनंद भुज वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन यागी की जय Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare Hare All glory is to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna All glory is to all the devotees Hare Krishna All glory is to all the devotees Hare Krishna All glory is to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Jai Shri Guru Shri Gauranga Jai Shri Guru Shri Gauranga Jai Shri Guru Shri Gauranga Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Guru Maharaj Ki Jai Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur-militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya-manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayambhu Bhakta-mahyam Dadati Svahanantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta-padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Varita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakalpataru Yascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Ananda Lila Maya Vigrahaya Hema Valibhyo Chavisundaraya Dasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Shri Chaitanya Chandraya Namaha Hare Krishna. Today is the appearance day of Sripad Madhvacharya. So, at the last moment I decided to speak about Madhvacharya. This morning I want to speak, but due to some other program, could not. So now I will try. Many things I can speak about this. I can find many some rivers I can remember, some things I can find Shastras, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Navadipadam Mahatmya also. And also there is Shastras about Madhvacharya, from his disciples. Some recollection, like Madhvacharya. This is a very beautiful poem. So many things you can tell. Let me try to find text about how Madhvacharya met Mahaprabhu. is very interesting text. Yes. I found. I read it from Madhvacharya Mahatmya. This is a poem. Sorry, this is very nice book. Of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is explaining in many stories how Vaishnava Acharyas, they met Mahaprabhu. Actually 4 Vaishnavas Acharyas, 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas, they met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that I will later discuss. First I want to speak about our parampara. Our Sampradaya means, we can say it is Brahma Madhva Gauriya Sampradaya. And we are conditioned souls, actually. We should learn from Supreme Lord how to lead our life, so that we will never get suffered. Many times we discussed this topic, evening. Because material world is full of miseries. Those who come into this material world, definitely he will suffer. But if someone is listening Acharya, then his suffering will reduce. And then he will get spiritual bliss in his life. Therefore, like in Srimad Bhagavatam, demigods are addressing to Supreme Lord. And they addressing to their Guru. At the time it was Vishwarupa. And they said, Acharya Brahmano Murti, Pita Murti Prajapati, Brata Murpatir Murti, Mata Sakshakshite Stanu. So it is said that Acharya, it is spiritual master who teaches the Vedic knowledge and gives initiation by offering sacred thread, the personifications of Vedas. Brahmana Murti or Veda Murti. This personification of Vedas. Veda Murti. Acharya is called Veda Murti. And Bhagavan Krishna is also Veda Murti. He is personification of Vedas. So, the spiritual master of Acharya will teach us how to worship Krishna. And now we're worshipping Krishna. Now it's not something new. But that time when Madhvacharya appeared, it was something new, actually. Only Narayana was worshipped at that time. But Krishna, especially Krishna and Vrindavan, Gopal, it's very, very rare things. So therefore, generally material world people, they are worshipping many types of demigods. Some are also worshipping hosts, Bhutas, Pretas. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, therefore he is saying about Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, so important personality. He came and he gave this new life to this Vaishnava, all Vaishnava Sampradayas. Mahaprabhu, he got from any Sampradaya 2 things. Thus he corrected the teaching of all Sampradayas. Question comes, why can we say that teaching of Sampradayas was not perfect? Yes. Teachings of Sampradayas was not perfect because Acharyas were coming in the time and circumstance for people at that time. And the meaning why Acharyas came, only to come before Mahaprabhu and to prepare field for Mahaprabhu. Actually, the real Vaishnava, they can understand this. When Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, is coming like devotee. And Acharyas, they coming to this material world just to prevent when Mahaprabhu will come. How Mahaprabhu will come. How he will establish the most pure, the highest thing, Krishna Prema. It's not possible in this Kali Yuga to distribute this. We can say it's like miracle. Because people in Kali Yuga, they are suffering. They have a Manda Sumanda Matayu Manda Bhagya Kipatruta. Bad intelligence, actually. But it is said, Yajanandi Hisumeda Saha, in the Bhagavatam it is predicted that only very intelligent people will do Nama Sankirtana, following Mahaprabhu. How is this possible? The Kali Yuga is an age of less intelligent people. But how it is said that only intelligent people? And because of mercy Mahaprabhu, due to mercy of Mahaprabhu. Yes. And Acharyas, they are giving different teaching. And they distributing some new teaching instead of Shankaracharya's teaching, instead of Mayavada. We know that when Buddha came, Vedic Dharma was already spoiled. And but Buddha, what he did, he just saved one principle, ahimsa. But other things were spoiled. Then Shankaracharya came. Shankaracharya, by his very powerful preaching, he chased out all Buddhists from India. And then his teaching became prominent, actually. But his teaching were having very strong accent on Karmakanda, Jnanakanda, and no clear teaching about the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of God. No clear teaching. Only some hint is there. Some hint is there, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate. He wrote this before his departure. But his followers cannot understand this. He wrote that worship Govinda, no need these other things. Mudamate. But actually, when Shankaracharya, he saw that one person, old person, is studying outside on the street, studying, reciting Sanskrit like Vyakarana, Dhatu, Kri Dhatu, different forms of Kri Dhatu, Kartum, Karoti, Karosi, in many things. He was just repeating. Is that in old age, he's wasting time. Only wasting time. All forms of Sanskrit, Dhatu, Kri. What is need of this? So then he wrote, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate. What need is it to do this? What is the use of this? And also he said, Narayana Paro Yakta. That means Narayana is transcendental. So he gave hints, Shankaracharya. Also we know many songs of Shankaracharya. Like Jagannatha Swami, Nayana Patagami, Bhavatu Me. It's Shankaracharya's song actually. It's glorifying Jagannath. So actually he was devotee, the Supreme Lord. But he was hiding, because Shivaji came just to cheat demons, cheat asuras. And his teaching was only for proper time, but not for our time. Then when Mayavadi, they were so strong, so prominent, that even Vaishnavas, they were hiding. Vaishnavas, they were not showing Tilak, Shika, because Mayavadi could beat them. He could kill them. So Vaishnavas were hiding. That time, great Vaishnavas, and Ramanujacharya came. Nimbarkacharya, Ramanujacharya, then Vishnu Swami, and Madhvacharya. And philosophy they were giving, it was similar to Mayavada, but little bit different. Little bit different. Very important thing. What Ramanujacharya gave. Actually, in brief, tomorrow will be Ramanujacharya's disappearance day, and we will speak more. So, Ramanujacharya, he said like blue lotus, and he has blue color. So Jiva is like this blue color, like aspect of lotus. And he was saying that Jiva's enjoyment in the Vaikuntha, the same like enjoyment of Bhagavan. So Jiva is like equal in Vaikuntha, he said. But Madhvacharya, he gave different. Madhvacharya, he said, no, there is difference. Jivas in Vaikuntha have many gradation. Some more senior Jiva, more senior Jiva, more senior Jiva. And they are not like Bhagavan. That is difference. Little bit difference. And he was like always giving accent to Dvaita. There are two, Jiva and Bhagavan, Jiva and Ishvara. This is Madhva's teaching. Therefore, we can see him always like this. And always he was smiling. And very interesting personality from Karnataka. Yes, Udupi. Therefore, we can speak about him. And I go further to my topic. So he was born in 1200, and he lived. Actually, on this planet, he lived 80 years. And when he was born, he got the name Vasudeva. And many villas described, and can be saying many things about this. I want to briefly say. So, first of all, I want to say about that Madhva's disciples, followers, they glorified him as a personification of Vayudeva and Hanuman and Bhimaji. The same personality. So therefore Madhvacharya, from the birth, he was very strong. One day he ate horse gram collected for cows. All big mountain ate. Because he was like Bhima, Brikodara. He could eat many, so much. It was like some miracle. Also Madhvacharya, he was very strong. One time he lifted very big stone just to cover pots with yogurt and milk. Mother asked him and he big stone, very big, no one can lift him. Small child. Even now in Udupi, this stone is there. And he was very strong. When he was preaching, sometimes he was preaching like this. Some Mayavadis were challenging him. He was saying, I'm giving class to my disciples. I have no time to speak with you, but you can bend my finger, the left hand. If you bend, then okay, you win. So no one could bend. Then he said, because I'm Vishnu Bhakta, you cannot. So he was preaching to my body like this. Not always he was using logic. Many cases he was just showing some Aishwarya, opulence. And this Aishwarya was impressing people. At that time people, they were not having so much faith in Vishnu worshipping until Madhvacharya he shows some Aishwarya, Siddhi. And actually not so many people can understand philosophy. But he came like Tattvacharya to give tattva. Because before Madhvacharya tattva was not clear. Some compromise was there in different sampradayas. We can say like this. This compromise was needed at that time to establish Vaishnava culture, only culture, like some external things, worshipping, some rituals, some lifestyle, varnashrama system like this. But actually, after some time, when Mahaprabhu appeared, this Madhva Sampradaya also became like Karma Kande. Tattvavadi. Mahaprabhu met Tattvavadi in Udupi, and he discussed with them, and he said, I not accept your philosophy. I only accept you worshipping Krishna, that's all. So many things are there. And one time, father of Srimadva, he was having debts. And because he was very pious man, and when he was having debts, he was not taking food. So mother was asking his father, hey, go to take prasad. He said, I cannot because I have debts. And then Madhvacharya, he got some imli seeds. Imli, you understand? And he put on the ground, and there is a very beautiful tree, imli tau, appeared, and but without imli, with money. And when this debtor came, he got so much money, so he was happy. Like this. He did like this. So many Aishwarya he was doing. When he was very small, so it was some vivaha, samskara, some vivaha, marriage. And the parents took him with them. He didn't like this because he was from the beginning brahmachari. He left small, 5 years old, or maybe 4 years, I don't remember. And he went to Yatra. And he visited many temples. And once he came to one temple, a Brahman was sitting, and they saw, small boy, he paid dandavat in such way, so that by the cost of this dandavat, anyone can go to Vaikuntha, he said. So there was so much respect in this dandavat, so much, so nice. And parents asked him, where you were? He said, I was with my friends, demigods. I was not alone. Vishnu was with me, demigods with me. I was not alone. And also he was studying like this. He's studying once, immediately he knew everything. And when his father could not explain one word, and he explained very nicely. He gave explanation as he would read so many books, many things here. And one day he was walking, he got some stick like thunder, and he put the stick like on the ground, and he said, Father, Dad, I will establish Vaishnava philosophy. Father was a very intelligent man, he said, now is Kali Yuga. Better your stick will fortify. The stick will give some fruits. Then Okay, then you will be established Vaishnava philosophy. You can imagine what the situation was that time. And immediately this stick turned to nice creeper, nice tree. Yes, and there's so many leaves were there, fruits, and father was surprised. And as he was in past life, he was Bhimasen also. Many asuras took birth. These asuras were also sometimes trying to attack him. Once, when he was very small, one python, one snake was attacking him. One time he was mother was asking him, please go take prasad. But she saw he's on the mountain, small boy on the mountain. How far he came? So how can he come immediately? Immediately he jumped out from the mountain and stand on the ground in front of mother. So this is Madhvacharya. We can speak, no time to speak so many leaders. When one important thing, actually Madhvacharya, he accepted Guru in the land of, it was that time it was Vaishnava line coming from Brahma, but actually it became Shankaracharya line after some time. And his Guru was Achyuta Preksha. He was Mayavadi. And his teacher also was Mayavadi. But was very sincere Mayavadi. His teacher before leaving body said to him, Mayavada is a very bad thing. And he left body. So Achyuta Preksha all life he was having doubts. He was Guru, he was having disciples, he was having doubts. But what to do? He was teaching only Shankara Bhashya, Shariraka Bhashya. And when he accepted Vasudeva, Vasudeva came to him, very interesting. Vasudeva immediately he gave to him pure philosophy. And he accepted his son, his disciple, as Guru. This is a very rare case in our Sampradayas. And the son of his teacher was sick, and he gave him new life. So he was very powerful, like Vayudev. And he was studying without any efforts. It was Sarvagya. And when studying was finished, he came to give Guru Dakshina. He gave like commentary of Aitariya Shruti. And by this commentary, he make his father free from all doubts. Dakshina Jnana Sandesha, they said. And then he desired to accept sannyas. And parents were not liking him, like that their son will accept sannyas. And it was very interesting. He came to Kutiali Math, to his father, and near Netravati river. And his father came to him and said, "Son, you left us, now you're staying in the mud. We and your mother, we don't want you to take sannyas. You're only one son. How we will live?" This is a common question in India. Every day I listening this in the class. Every day asking the same question. So he said, okay, I give you blessing. You will get other son. When you will get other son, immediately I will give you. Father will happy. Okay. Then they got other son, Sri Vishnu Tirtha. And when Sri Vishnu Tirtha was born, they understood their son now will leave. So they started to go around him and asking, please, please, don't take sannyas. And he said, parents can go around the son only in one case, when he becomes sannyasi. So that means you already blessed me, then I will accept sannyas. And he left home. So much determination using. And he became Purna Pragya Tirtha. Very nicely he accepted Guru, actually. He gave to his Guru all knowledge. So he became Guru of his Guru. This is Madhvacharya. And because why he became Purna Pragya, he gave very nice explanations of Rig Vedas, sutras. And he was glorified by scholar persons, pandits. And then Lord Anandasana, like Udupi they worshipping, he came inside one person and made prediction, it is said. So like deity, sometimes speaking through some person. And he said to Achyuta Prekshak, his guru, this is your best disciple. You can become follower, the best follower in giving, in the transcendental, imparting transcendental knowledge to others. And then he said, I want to, it was Ganga Snan time, Ganga, Makara Sankranti time, and the disciple said, Dear Guru Maharaj, I won't leave now. I won't leave Udupi and go to to take bath in Ganga. I want to go to this Triveni. So Guru was crying. So Guru was crying so much. Then he said, oh, my Guru very much crying. So he made Ananta Sarovar immediately. He made Sarovar. This will be Ganga, my Guru Maharaj. I will not leave. This Ananta Sarovar became Madhva Sarovar. So he was having very nice skills in discourse. When he was discoursing with someone, no one can defeat him. And many Panditas, first was Vasudev Pandit, Vaisheshika school, and Shakdarshan philosophies. All Shakdarshan gurus were defeated by Madhvacharya. So he was just speaking with them, and they could not do anything because so much shining effulgence was coming out from him. So therefore, when he was speaking, they could not even argue. And then Achyuta Preksha, that was one very interesting thing. When he was giving classes, his disciple was correcting Guru. Then Achyuta Preksha stopped doing classes. He said, since this day, I will not give class. Then his disciple, without hesitation, started to give classes. And Achyuta Preksha, he started, after some time, explain Bhagavatam. But one doubt came about fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And he asked his disciple, is it correct or not? Disciple said, yes, this. And he said, from which source you know? From in past life, I learned this. So then Achyuta Preksha was thinking, I need next successor who will rule over the mat in Udupi mat. And he said, this person should have such qualities, they said. Mastery over the scriptures, dialectical skills, commitment to doctrines, renunciation, matchless eloquence, very nice speaker, special accomplishment in penance, unparalleled knowledge of the mundane world, also should know material world very nicely. Not only spiritual world, also material world. Distinguished self-control, friendship with equals, compassion for juniors, liberal-handed generosity, and on top devotion to Hari Guru. The greatest motive is spreading real knowledge among the masses. He said, who can? Otherwise, such person will not be, Achyuta Preksha said. Then in Mat will be always selfishness, atmosphere of home instead of that of Mat. So people coming like to home, just to sleep, eat, sleep, and do other things. Preponderance of gossip. So people will gossip. Speak, oh, this devotee is doing this devotee is doing this. Yes, this is going on. Lamentation over Shravana, Manana and Dhyana. That means when class starting, oh, we don't want to listen class. Stop class. Better do some rituals, process, ceremony. Yes, it is like this. So Manana and Dhyana. So if you listen in class, but you're not thinking about this, we have no time, we're so busy. Then sin taking root instead sanctity. Sin taking root instead sanctity. That means putting saffron, doing many wrong things. Woman coming, enjoying. Like this. Discussion of worldly matters instead of deliberation on God. That is very important thing. Mahaprabhu said this. Once in Chaitanya Bhagavatam, Mahaprabhu said, if one is giving Bhagavatam class, he is not speaking about Shuddha Bhakti, he is committing offense. He said to Devananda Pandit, this, I can find this, I can prove it. So that means one can sit in Bhagavatam class, but he can speak about demigods, about some rituals, about men and women relationship, family life, many things, but not speaking about Shuddha Bhakti, this offense. And extinction of the light of real knowledge. That means giving true tattva. Many people don't like listen to tattva. Therefore, now is draft condition is there. Many speakers in India, but they are speaking only stories. Many stories. Who is speaking tattva? But we are listening stories, but our heart is not changing because of these stories. Because to change our heart, we need tattva. We have some doubts. Who can clarify our doubts? Only knows tattva darshan, to see the tattva, see the truth. This was Madhvacharya's mission. Actually, nowadays, it's the same situation. We need tattva. Because you can open YouTube. Many speakers are there. Who really speaking tattva? Because one secret is there. If you speak tattva, not so many followers will be. Not so many people will listen to you, yes. Therefore, in our temple, very short time for giving class. Actually, not here in Koramangala, not like this. But actually everywhere we come. For 30 minutes, I came one place, then I should chant Jayarada Madhava, then I should repeat prayers, then everyone should recite verse, then after this I should speak. And also, when I speak, I have maybe 30 minutes, and when answering the questions, that is a big problem. Then, and then the next thing, spread of the darkness of ignorance. Yes, darkness of ignorance spreading. So people, in the name of bhakti, they taking just sense enjoyment. And therefore, Janman Bhavanam Janmantanamate Gyanavan Man Prapadante. Bhakti is very rare, real bhakti. Bhavanam Janman, many births should take. And because anyone is more interesting in mixed bhakti. Bhakti mixed with enjoyment, bhakti means with desire of liberation, with some yogic system. And this preaching will not change our heart. This preaching will be like blank fire. You say, nothing changed. Therefore, these preachers, they making more accent or management, not on preaching that. It's draft condition. Managing temple, more important than giving tattva. Therefore, why I am so much attracted was when Gorgovinda Swami, Prabhupada's disciple, he maybe like Madhvacharya, one respect like Madhvacharya. Because when Prabhupada left, actually was very dark period. Many problems came in ISKCON. Many gurus fell down. Still now we have this problem in Bangalore. The highest temple, ISKCON temple in the South India. What is going on now there? Supermarket. You come there, this place for Dandavat, this place for donation. They are not chanting, only cheating. Yes, it is common thing. And they made many such business centers, so-called temples in India. People come, people cheated with this. And they also saying we are ISKCON. That started when Prabhupada left. It was lackness of tattva. Speaking of that, therefore Govinda Swami, when he became Guru in 1985, he said, my mission is to preach to preachers, he said. Because he could preach to preachers because he really knew Acharyas. He read Acharyas. And also he got blessing from Prabhupada. He asked him, can I read Acharyas? Prabhupada said yes. And another thing is there, he said, I want to make such people who saying that Prabhupada only gave to us ABC, didn't give to us all philosophy. I want to make them silent. Let them take Mauna. Is it? And another thing is that Prabhupada, when he started to preach, and successfully, his god brothers also started to preach in the Western world. Many of them were envious to Prabhupada. I said, yes, it's true. And what they're trying, still they're trying. What Prabhupada was doing, they preaching to Prabhupada's disciples, Prabhupada followers. Because Prabhupada give you only ABC, you come to us, we give you like Siddha Pranali. You will know your Swarupa in the Goloka Vrindavan. Like this, many things. This also spoiled Dharma. Therefore, Govinda Swami was like Madhvacharya like this. He was preaching very boldly. And there many problems coming. Many people were envious. But still, he left his body, and now many they listening his classes. More and more. So much power was there, so much Shakti. Because darkness, to dispel this darkness, not easy thing. Should get strength from Gaura Shakti, Krishna Shakti. So this Purna Pragya, later he became Ananda Tirtha. That is another explanation of name of Madhva. Many names he got, but later he got Anumana Tirtha. Because when he was discussing with one guru, he defeated him because he said he could prove that Shruti Pramana more important than Pratyaksha and Anumana. I don't know, can you understand or not? I will explain. Pratyaksha means my sense experience. Prati Aksha. Aksha means eyes. If I see, I believe. Anumana means I'm thinking, I have some manufacturing, some theories, and I have some ideas, understanding. What I'm thinking, that by logic I can understand Bhagavan. But he said that both pratyaksha, both anumana can give false result. And he gave a very nice example. I cannot speak now because very complicated philosophy. Like he spoke about the mountain and the smoke over the mountain. We see smoke, we don't see fire. And we're thinking, fire is there. But that can be not fire, and that can be not smoke. He's speaking like this. But when he said, but when you get Shruti Pramana, someone will say, there is fire in the mountain. You can take the full truth. Therefore he got the name Anumana Tirtha. So many things. So now there is the same condition as I said. We need to speak Tattva. And this is not my words. Before it was said by Gorgonus and before it was said by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, close this. You know his Bhajan Kutir in Jagat Puri. Someone was there. Someone was there. In Jagannath Puri, there is a Tota Parvata, small hill, and on the top of the hill, actually, what is the small hill? Mahaprabhu, when he was there, he saw Govardhan there. This Tota Parvata is a manifestation of Govardhan Prakash. And nearby was sea. Now sea is far, more far. But that time was sea near this Govardhan. He saw this like Jamuna. And on the top of this hill, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was having Bhajan Kutir. I was in 2019, was very big super cyclone. And this super cyclone destroyed this house of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. I don't know, now they again built, but actually I saw, when I came this year, I saw everything was destroyed. Unfortunately. But in this Bhajan Kutir, two murtis were there. One murti of Vyasadeva, one murti Madhvacharya. He was worshipping Madhvacharya. Why? Because actually, I'm saying now, because you should know this connection between Madhvacharya and now Sampradaya. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, before him, Gaudiya Sampradaya, no one was taking saffron clothes. That was considered the Mayavadis taking. This 10 sannyasis order, 10 sannyasis like mats by Shankaracharya. Yes, and we know Shankaracharya established sannyasa order, sannyasa system. And even Madhvacharya, he was accepting sannyasa from whom? His guru, before he was following Shankaracharya's philosophy. And Mahaprabhu, when he accepted sannyas, the time was no Vaishnava who could give sannyas. He accepted from also Keshava Bharati. It's also Keshava Bharati from this line, the same line, Madhvacharya. Shankaracharya line, yes. A very important thing. And sannyas. He accepts sannyas from Mayavadi line. And before Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, no one was taking sannyas. But people generally giving respect to sannyasi. And it was a plan of acharyas that sannyas order should be established. When sannyas order will be established, then Daivi Varnashram will again revived. And then, that time when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was taking sannyas, that time was big challenge. This Ramakrishna followers was easily taking sannyas, and in their mat they was taking chicken. Many things they were doing. And so-called sannyasa dharma, they spoiled sannyasa dharma. And people were thinking the sannyasi not serious people. Therefore, in front of photo of his Guru Maharaj, he accepted sannyas. That is also unprecedented. And why he did this? Why he worshipped Madhvacharya? Because Madhvacharya was the ideal sannyasi in our life. Actually, we have maybe two cases. One case, Madhvacharya accepts sannyas from Guru Mayavadi, and Mahaprabhu accepted sannyasi from Guru Mayavadi. And Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, he accepted sannyas from photo because that time even from Guru Mayavadi was not possible to accept. You can understand. Kali Yuga is so strong. Kali Yuga is so strong. And he started to make sannyasis. That sannyas, the topmost ashram, just to show the way for common people in Shuddha Bhakti. Therefore, when Prabhupada came to the West, he was doing the same thing. He was giving sannyas to people. It's a very important thing, very important thing. Because sannyasi, he can speak tattva. Because to preach, one should be detached from samsara. Otherwise, if he preach, this word will not enter into your heart. Some compromise will be. We will speak about some enjoyment in this life. Some compromise will come, some doubts will come. How we can establish so strong movement? But Mayavadi is so strong in the age of Kali. Therefore, Madhvacharya, he established this. Jnana Karya should be every day. His disciples every day were listening, hours and hours classes from him. The same thing, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur doing the same thing. Actually, he was not speaking the stories. He was almost all he was preaching tattva, and his disciples couldn't understand many times. To understand tattva not easy. Mahajaneyana gata sambandha. Because dharmasya tattva nihita guhayam. This tattva is actually hiding inside the heart of Mahajan. You should satisfy Mahajan, then he can disclose his heart and give you tattva. Then your heart will be changed. And the same thing Guru Swami was doing in his school. The same thing. Therefore I'm glorifying him. Because when Prabhupada left, it was drug condition. Book distribution, okay, many books distribution. Many people were coming, many joined. But what was going on? Very bad situation, very bad situation. Actually, when these 11 gurus became acharyas, and zonal acharyas, what happened at the time? Many in their zones, what they were doing. Now, very nice ISKCON, they made GBC history. In YouTube, you can see maybe 20 videos. Very nice stories. Even our GBC members, they saying very nice, recollecting. But what is there? They were not actually preaching tattva. Devotees were distributing some agarbati, some many things. It was business, and many people will join. In France, ISKCON now in France, ISKCON still is prohibited. Still, because of this one acharya, zonal acharya who was preaching at the time. So now, what is going on now? We have some problems in preaching, but only because of that period. Some like consequence. That, like in Russia, was one very famous preacher. He was a preacher in all demonic countries, like it is said, all communist countries, and also North Europe. And but when he fell down, actually he fell down due to offense to Guru Swami. That's another story. Was collapse, great collapse. Still, it is not yet, all the consequences not yet finished. So, we can see when Acharya is leaving, like Prabhupada, great Acharya, some darkness is coming, dark period is coming. Therefore, for our followers, we should pray, sincerely pray and cry, so that new Acharya will come and give mercy. What is going on? How new Acharya? So many gurus. One was my Gurudev who said this. And I asked him, why are you saying about new Acharya? He said, actually, he said, Prabhupada Acharya, founder Acharya. But some person will come, he said, who will unite all movement by his authority. Krishna will send some great person because everyone will have confidence to him. They will have trust to him. And he said, my Gurudev said, before this war started, he told that now very bad situation and it will be more dark situation in the world. He said, that means very soon some person will come. Maybe he already came. He said like this. We don't know. And when this very dark period coming, that time Acharya is coming. So Madhvacharya came in this period. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati came in this period. Prabhupada came, and many Acharyas coming, yes. In our movement also, some strong Acharyas, they holding this movement. But some more stronger Acharya will come, you can imagine. But we should cry for this. They said we should cry and ask Krishna, please send such person. And as my Gurudev told, only very pure heart person can cry for ISKCON. Crying for ISKCON the same as crying for Krishna. No difference between, because ISKCON no different than Krishna. It is Krishna's will. My Gurudev told me. So first we should purify our heart. Then we can cry so that Krishna will remove all obstacles in distributing tattva, spreading tattva everywhere. This is, and what Madhvacharya was doing, the same thing we should do now. He established this tattva philosophy, but Mahaprabhu gave more complicated tattva, more difficult tattva Mahaprabhu gave. He gave prema tattva to us. Guru tattva became more difficult when Mahaprabhu came. Why? Because Mahaprabhu's philosophy, Achintya Bheda tattva. Now Acharya in Vaishnava Sampradaya established this philosophy. Madhvacharya, I want to speak about how he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is said so many things speak. It is from Naudipada Mahatmya. I found one. Excuse me. So Mahaprabhu, he appeared in the dream before Madhvacharya, and he said, everyone knows that you are my eternal servant. Appearing in Navadvipa, I will accept your sampradaya. Go everywhere and carefully uproot all the false scriptures of the Mayavadis and reveal the glories of worshipping the Murti of the Lord. Two things. Two things, it was mission of Madhvacharya. I will broadcast your pure teaching later on. And Gauranga disappeared, and Madhva, waking, was dumbfounded. I will ever see the beautiful golden form again? He cried. In reply, there came a voice from the sky. Worship me secretly, and you will come to me. With these instructions, Madhva went on with great resolution to defeat all the Mayavadi philosophers. Then Mahaprabhu, he appeared before all acharyas. And then Mahaprabhu said, when I begin, he said to one other acharya, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarka. When Mahaprabhu appeared in front of Nimbaditya, this I want to speak. Nimbarka paid dandavats and introduced himself with humility to Sanat Kumar. And Sanat Kumar said that Gauranga will appear. And then he gave him Radha Krishna mantra, Kumar. And that time, in front of Nimbarka, Gauranga appeared. And Nimbarka said, never have I seen or heard of such a remarkable form anywhere. So beautiful, Mahaprabhu, so golden form, very like lamba, very tall. And his head, like he was reaching knees by his head. So very long head. And he was very close eyes. And golden complexion. He was shining. So beautiful. And his hair. Actually, we worshiping Mahaprabhu like when he was not accepting sannyas. His very beautiful hair. Very beautiful hair. And Mahaprabhu said, please keep this form secret now. Just preach Krishna Bhakti and the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. For I am very happy in these pastimes. When the form of Gauranga will appear, you will enjoy these pastimes, my educational pastimes. And he will become Keshava Kashmiri, one Pandit who was defeated by Nimai Pandit. This is a very nice story. And he said, from Madhva I will receive two items. His complete defeat of the Mayavadi philosophy and his service to the Murti of Krishna. From Ramanuja I will accept two teachings, the concept of bhakti, pure bhakti, Shuddha bhakti, unpolluted by karma and jnana, and service to the devotees. From Vishnu Swami's teachings I will accept two elements, the sentiment of exclusive dependence on Krishna, Sharanagati, and the path of Raga Bhakti, Raganuga Bhakti. And from you I will receive two great principles, the necessity of taking shelter of Radha and the high esteem of the gopis of Krishna. So that means Mahaprabhu, he gave mission to all Vaishnavacharyas. These two things, that was mission of any Vaishnavacharya they should establish. This Bhaktivinoda Thakur disclosed to us this. All Vaishnavacharyas, they got their mission from Mahaprabhu. It is, therefore we say Gaudiya Sampradaya. Worship Mahaprabhu. In Kali Yuga, only Gaudiya Sampradaya is effective. Other Sampradaya, they should accept Mahaprabhu also and become Gaudiya. It is said, many acharyas said about this, so we have no time to speak more about glories of Madhva. The greatest personality was defeating all Mayavadis, and his disciples very powerfully preaching in Karnataka and outside. And outside Karnataka when his followers were preaching. And now we know that from his line, Prabhu took initiation from Ishwar Puripada. Jai Sripad Madhvacharya ki Jai. Jai Shriman Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananda Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.